The free drop is an advanced backgammon concept that comes up post Crawford after the trailing player has won the game Crawford and is now cubing post Crawford. In today's video we're going to discuss what is a free drop, how to tell whether you have one, when to use it and when not to use it.
The tension, the drama, the swings, backgammon. There is nothing like it. In this channel, you'll find all kinds of content related to backgammon strategy, as well as vlogs from tournaments and more. The Kalinator welcomes you. Have fun and enjoy.
In theory, the free drop comes up when you are the leading player in a post Crawford situation. So, for example, I was leading 2-0 in a match to 3 and my opponent won a single game on Crawford. Now I'm leading 2-1 post Crawford, and on this occasion I have a free drop. However, it is not always in post Crawford scores that happens. It is only when the trailing player is an even points away from winning. So it comes up at 2 away, 4 away, 6 away, all the way up to 100 away. Which means that if I'm leading 4-1 to 5, then I have a free drop. But if I'm leading 4-2 to 5, then I don't have a free drop. Okay, that's enough for saying when we have it. Now let's see what it is. Well, basically it means that I should pass the cube that he will imminently send as soon as he is a favorite in the game. In a very quick way to explain it, let's go back to the 2-1 situation. So I'm leading 2-1 to 3 and then he doubles. And now, if I take, the winner will get 2 points, which means that the winner of the game will win the match. And if I pass, we'll start a new game where I have 50.0% winning chance for the match. So this is why I always take only if I have more than 50%, and if I have less than 50%, I just pass it. That's why it's a free drop. And it's very similar at 4 away, 6 away, 8 away and so on, but there's a slight difference why you should actually take a little bit deeper at 4, 6 and so on, but we're going to discuss this later. Now let's look at the 2 away, 1 away score. It's really simple when the player with the free drop is starting. So basically he's going to start with one of the 15 possible opening rows and his opponent will double immediately. Now there is only one row that you should drop, and that is 4-1. So with 4-1 you play this, and then he cubes, and now you are supposed to pass because he's winning like 50.05% or something. It's super close, so even if you take it, it's not a big deal. There are a few rows that are the same close as to pass or take, but on the take side. So if you start with a 5-1, take note, 5-1, you play this, and you are very close, but you should slightly take it. So 4-1 is a pass, 5-1 is a very small take, 2-1, which you slot, is another very small take. Now you go back, you have a 3-2. This is another very small take. And lastly, you have a 4-3. This is once again a very small take. All these moves that we just showed, if you pass them, you will not make a big mistake. And the 4-1 again, it's a pass, but if you take it, it's by no means a big mistake. So this is when you are close, and all rows that I didn't mention, it means that, well, you just take them. So if you start with a 3-1, it's clear enough that you're favorite, so you're gonna take. It gets a little bit more complicated when your opponent is the one starting in the game and then you also play a move before you actually face the cube. But let's start with his super good rows. These are the 3-1, 4-2 and 6-1. So with all of them he's going to make this point with 3-1, this point with 4-2, or with 6-1 he's going to make the bar point. After these moves you basically always have to pass it unless you have rolled doubles which are not double 5. Because double 5 you will just play in here and you are still underdog. If you rolled other doubles after his 6-1 or 3-1 or 4-2, then you have a take. So that's what you remember. If you roll 4-4, 3-3, 2-2 or 1-1, you have a take after these 3 rolls. But only then. After anything else, you give the cube away, you start the new game, and you're happy to have a shot at having the opening roll. Okay, now it gets even more complicated when he's starting with not such a good roll. Then you have another few things to look. So we can't list them all as possibilities because it's a total of like 15 times 21, which is like 315 options. So it's not impossible, but it's not worth it to learn them by heart. You can just learn these few basic principles. So okay, if he doesn't make a point there, he's gonna probably split his back checker somehow and bring a checker down or something like that. So you can take the cube if one of the following has happened. Now, if he has not started with the super good rolls, double 5 also works. So any doubles you roll and you take the cube, that's the first thing. The second thing is when you have made a point on his head, like it would be here if you rolled a 4-2. Now you take it. This is the second criteria. The third criteria is if you have hit a checker in the outfield. So in this case, after his 4-3, if you roll 6-2 or 5-3, you will hit the checker in the outfield and then you can still take it in this position. So this happens also at a 5-2, for example. You can make the point on head, then you take it. And if it's another something like a 3-2, then he's going to split like that. Again, you can make the point and then you take it. Or if he starts a 4-3 with bringing 2 checkers down, then you have more numbers, 6-3 and 5-4 also to hit in the outfield. So this would be a take. Anyway, you get the idea. And there's one last thing. If he has started with somewhat of a super bad roll, like 4-1, 5-1, 5-2, probably 3-2 and 4-3, I'm not sure actually. Maybe I need to check, but 3-2 and 4-3 should be good, should be close. Anyway, the point is, in these numbers that I just said, let's say it's a 5-2, and then if you make your 5 point after one of these bad rolls, then you still have a take as well. Actually, there is one more case when you have a take and nothing of what I just said has happened, but it's not going to happen against experienced players. So this is when your opponent has slotted with a 2-1 or even with a 4-1 on the first row and you have hit them. Now I say that it will not happen against experienced players because the experienced players know that if you slot with a 2-1 when you are 2 away and I am 1 away, well, it's not efficient. if I hit you now, I'm just going to take your cube. And if I don't hit you, let's say play a 3-2, you're gonna cube and I'm just gonna pass. So you haven't gained anything by slotting with the 2-1. Because the idea of slotting the 2-1 is that you will be able to make the 5 point. But at this score, you will never make it. I will either hit you there, or I will drop your cube. So while it will not happen against good players, it is, okay, I mean it's also obvious that you are favorite, but it's part of the rule of thumb. Now, this was it for the 2-away Post Crawford, but there is a slight difference, as we said, when you are leading by 1-away to 4-away or 6-away and so on, Post Crawford. And in the next sequence we're going to talk about it. By the way, you should certainly follow my other channel, which I just opened, where I'm posting the challenge of traveling to 14 countries in 24 hours, which is a new world record. And if you like this backgammon board, you can get yours by contacting Bernhard Mayr on this email. And of course, let's also appreciate this beautiful baffle box here, in which you can even read the Kalinator. And it's created by Guenther Schuh. And if you want yours or this Dublin cube, just call him up on this email. Now, the difference is very simple. When you're leading 1-away, 2-away, it's always going to be the last time you have a free drop. But if you're leading 1-away, 4-away, and you take the cube, if your opponent wins a single game, you have another chance to get a free drop. So basically, at 1-away, 4-away, you're taking a bit deeper than 1-away, 2-away, and that is because you can actually save the free drop for later. So after you start with a 4-1, for example, and then he doubles, at 4-away, 1-away, this is still going to be a take, unlike at 2-away, 1-away. This is very valid for other positions, like, 4-3. So your opponent starts with a 4-3 and then you reply with a 3-1. At 1-away, 2-away, this is a pass. But, well, actually I'm not sure. I'm not sure, and I'm filming it without checking. But I'm pretty sure that at 4-away, 1-away, this is still a take. And that is because, again, you can save the free drop for later. But you're going to see the analysis before me, so this is going to tell you better. And the same goes on every kind of position. So when you have a small pass at 2-away, then probably at 4-away it is still a take. And that is assuming that your opponent doubles on the first row when gammons are in normal quality. Because if his gammons are way inflated, so if he doesn't double in the first row for whatever reason, and then his gammons are not the original 15-ish%, but instead of like a 25, then you probably even have to pass when you are slight favorite. Yeah. And this goes conversely for the more than 4-away. If he's 6-away, you take even deeper than 4-away, and if he's 8-away, you take even deeper, and so on. And there is even another difference, and that is that at 4-away, his gammons are super valuable. It's more valuable than 1.0. It's more valuable than winning a single game. So by dropping, you also decrease the value of his gammons a little bit. And this should be similar, but to a lesser extent, at 6-away, 8-away, and so on. Now, this is obviously not so important, but basically, if it's somewhat of a gammonish position, which is funny on the first row, But yeah, if it's a gammonish position, you are more leaning towards a pass at all these 4, 6, 8 away. Well, I don't think the free drop is something hard to comprehend, and you should be able to learn it really, really easy. Now, these rules of thumb I mentioned here are very simple, and probably you're still going to experience a position where it is not covered by that. But just remember the question: am I favorite or am I underdog? And if you're underdog, just pass it. It's a free drop, man. And make sure to never confuse the score, because this is the biggest mistake you can do. As I pointed in my previous video, if I am leading 1 away to 5 away, then I always take. And if I'm leading 1 away to 4 away, then I have the free pass. So this is 4, 5. It's just a 1 difference, but it makes such a giant difference. So make sure not to confuse it, because it's gonna cost you money, and it's gonna come to me if you play me. Anyway, I believe that's it for today. And if you have anything to add about the free drop, feel free to write it down. I was actually filming this in quite a rush, so I might have missed something. But I hope I've done a good job, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.